All right, ladies and gentlemen, a big Moth welcome for your next storyteller, Amir Baghdadchi.
I'm a little short. So it's 7th grade English class, and Miss Ryan says it's time for the 7th grade biography project. Everyone has to pick a historical person, research them, and then you come to school dressed as that person and give a presentation. I want an A, but right away you see the dilemma, right? If you pick someone who got to be really old, like Ben Franklin or Einstein, then there's too much biography to master, right? Same time, if you pick someone like Malcolm X, controversial, right? So I played it safe. I picked Jesus. Christ. Yeah. Wasn't super familiar with his work, but short biography and quite popular, right? And he had that X factor, do you know? if you can believe this, one of the other kids, this is incredible, one of the kids, he actually signed up to be Al Capone. Yeah, I know, risky choice, right? Audience of 7th graders, and you're gonna glorify crime and propagate Italian-American stereotypes. People hate that, right? It's tone deaf. Then we got the grading rubric. So 20 points for research, 5 points for neatly printed index cards, 5 points for bibliography, 20 points for the presentation, but no extra credit. For me, highly troubling. Not because I'm some goody two-shoes, but I needed that cushion because Miss Ryan was notoriously flaky, right? She would mark you down for any reason whatsoever. Like once, we had to write a poem about an animal, and she took points off because I picked a Sasquatch. And I know what I saw out there. But doesn't matter. We extra credit hounds know there is always a way to score bonus points. You just gotta try, okay? So I go to the library and ask for them some good books about Jesus. And they're like, we've got the good book. And I'm like, bibliography's worth 5 points. I'm gonna need more than one title. And I gotta be honest, I was a little nervous at first because I was gonna go up against Henry Ford, who invented the car, and Harriet Tubman, who invented the diorama. But I started reading, and wow, hats off to Jesus. And not just because of the miracles, but this incredible, beautiful message about love, about how we are all imperfect and the need to forgive. And I hope some of you tonight share that belief in the power of forgiveness, because I could use that later. Biography Day rolls around, and I am ready. I'm dressed in sandals and a sheet. That's the attention to detail that gets that extra credit. And up first, though, is Al Capone. This kid, he plows in bragging about how he gunned down 7 rival mobsters in the St. Valentine's Day Massacre of 1929, right? I know, too soon. But the class loves it. They're eating it up. And then Capone starts bragging about bootlegging and liquor and speakeasies to an audience of 7th graders, and they love it. Capone is killing it. It's like another St. Valentine's Day Massacre. And from the expression on Miss Ryan's overjoyed face, that kid is gonna be wallowing in bonus points. Well, this changes things, right? If this is how you get extra credit, then my neatly printed index cards about forgiveness are not gonna cut it. No, I am up next, and I need some sizzle. Fortunately, my research had identified an area where Jesus had a distinct edge on Al Capone. So I got up there and go, hey everybody, I'm Jesus. Who here likes wine? Point me to the nearest drinking fountain and I will whoosh, get this party started. Mixed response. Overall divided the room, much like the original Jesus. And walking off, I got the impression that Miss Ryan, who only a few minutes before was guffawing at a known bootlegger and tax evader, was angry. Which, I mean, hypocritical, right? But it passed through my mind that maybe doing some sizzling improv wasn't the best way to show I had developed a serious understanding of the teaching and suffering of a world religious figure. To be fair, this is before they had those "What Would Jesus Do" bracelets, though, where I could have just looked down on my wrist and seen WWJD on one side and on the other, not improv. So I did not see her reaction coming, and I did not see what was going to happen at recess. A bunch of kids, some of them who weren't even in the class, surround me and start pushing me. And they're like, "We don't like what you did, man." And they yank me to the dumpsters and shove me down. Now, I was fine. Some kids would have been upset, but not me. I couldn't wait to tell Miss Ryan. Because, Sasquatch-denying flake that she was, even she would have to admit that being persecuted by a band of religious fanatics totally counts as extra credit.